Oh, hello. Welcome to a behind the scenes look of Wilson's World Homeschool, aka what was my green dining room 2 months ago. Hi, everybody. Listen, I've seen some people do these and they talk about the technical stuff. I have two microphones that I use. I'm wearing a microphone right now. I have wires and things all over the place. I have this big light over here, two big lights when I'm trying to not get the glare on my glasses. That's been a challenge. The biggest question that I get about all of this is the stuff going on here behind me on the set. My wife, I had 48 hours to figure out how to do the TV show from my dining room, okay? My wife got a big piece of paper and made this whole thing right here for me, so that's great. Those were two signs that I already had just because, I'm a goof. I think we got that from the sign shop over there on Independence Boulevard. We did a show over there. A lot of people, you notice Baby Yoda. I got Baby Yoda right there. I love the Mandalorian. Speaking of the Mandalorian, there's my bobblehead from the Knights. Love the Knights right there. That was last year. I got my bobblehead sticker. Boba Fett right there has his arm around me because I feel like we would be friends. Maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. I've got Bowie right here. David Bowie. If you know me, I've mentioned Bowie on the show a lot. A really, really good friend gave this to me. My first concert, David Bowie. Right there, if you can see that. Now, next to David Bowie, I have Snoopy, the Flying Ace Snoopy. Okay, I'm a fan of this version of Snoopy. I love this. I always have. I just think it's super cool. And shout out to our friends over there at Carowinds. And Sir Purr is right there, the Sir Purr bobblehead, right in front of Baby Yoda. Sir Purr was one of the first guests on Wilson's World Homeschool. Keep pounding, Sir Purr. We love you. And now this one right here. I don't know if you can really see that when I'm on TV, but this is. This is probably the most important thing that's going on behind me. Mr. Rogers just kind of inspired the whole thing and just the whole thing I've been doing here the last couple of years. And just, that line that Derek and I kind of share with everybody, look for the helpers and look for the helpers. And a lot of this, I've been reading stories at night around 7:30 around bedtime, trying to give moms and dads a little bit of a break right there. And if we can make you smile on Wilson's World and on Rising a little bit and give you some information, that's kind of what it's all about. But yes, I have my little Mr. Rogers sticky notes right here, and I use these for little notes and stuff. But Mr. Rogers is there behind me and is always right there with just that message of just look for the helpers and do good and, listen to the smart people. So there you go. Behind the scenes, Wilson's World Homeschool. Trying to do a segment on the show here, and when somebody walks by with their dog, don't know if you can hear that. You all right, George? You okay? I get that a lot. Hi. Hey, I'm over here. Can you see me? Hi. These are some of the soldiers I've been collecting since I was a little kid. Those are the Cameron Highlanders. I'm kind of a dork about them. I like them very much. I'm filming for TV. Can I come in? Hi, everybody. George has joined me. Here's George. And here are our collection of George wall pictures here. A lot of times, though, George will kind of come up to the top of the steps, and that was my Christmas present from last year. If you're noticing a lot of Star Wars stuff in the house, yes, one of those wall stickers, Baby Yoda right here, and sometimes George will run up here to the top and get freaked out by Baby Yoda. Use the Force, George. Okay, what you're looking at right now, that is the ceiling of the Wilson Family Music Room. Woo! Hi, everybody. Here it is. This is I don't know. This is like just stuff we've collected. I've collected from my radio days. Probably the one I got some Avett Brothers autograph stuff right there. This is probably that's an old lead belly that I got. I got it for $0.25 at a library sale a long time ago. A lot of Beatles, The Clash, David Bowie, just a lot of stuff. These are all things that just really mean a lot to me. And this is when albums were works of art. And I, for years, was like, what can I put up on my wall? Because I'm an adult now. And luckily, these kind of made it from the bachelor days to the non-bachelor days. This is one of my most favorite things that we actually had I think you saw these on the show. We were doing the big comic book show. Okay, Heroes Aren't Hard to Find, I think it was, and they brought in DMC from, and I haven't opened this case in a long time. It sounds funny, but those are autographed Adidas from 1987, way back in the day. Run DMC, the hard shell, the legit kind. I'm going to close that back up right there. Behind the scenes, Wilson's World. It's tricky. So here's a little something that's on my wall that means a lot to me. If you remember when Liverpool came to town the first time, I think it was that the first time? I think it was, yes. This picture, which I actually think is from one of the WCCB web team photographers right here. I am, if you can find me, where's Wilson? I am right in there in the middle of this picture with my old school scarf right there, my granddad's old scarf. So that was a pretty big deal. Also that weekend, I got this signed right here, which is right next to it. If I can slide down. Robbie Fowler, Ian Rush, two people that I had up on my wall as a kid to be able to just kind of do a gig with them was unbelievable. Very, 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 very cool. Behind the scenes, Wilson's World. This is a collection of my wife's. These are miniature chairs, small chairs. Star Wars figures will fit on these right here, but I've been told not to do that. Welcome to quarantine. This is a very random selection of books. I have a lot of music books here. I actually have a book from George Shin. David Bowie is. I have a lot of books, and I've read all of them. I have not. We got a lot of the Halloween stuff out for Valpurchase night, halfway to Halloween. And we're thinking we're just going to leave all the Halloween stuff out because that's probably when we're going to be able to leave the house. Welcome to quarantine. That is my favorite tree. Probably should have done this in the daytime. Video proof. Welcome to quarantine.